that's better.
Does anybody else have? Oh,
Yes, what is it like to see yourself on TV and the movies?
I thought, gee, was I ever that young? Was I ever that skinny? that looks pretty good. It was for my son when he first saw me. He couldn't believe it. I said, "Well, that's not you." I said, "Yes, honey," because I don't think he could even imagine me being a child. But there I was, right in front of him, so he couldn't deny it.
I just like also, from what I hear, is that working on the sets, it's really tedious and it's really boring because they spend so much time setting up cameras and lights. And then, of course, we only see the final product, but I just kind of wonder when you watch this stuff, you know all the things that happen in the background, whatever mistakes or things, fix-its that they had to do, to then when it's finally edited. I just kind of give us some insight on what goes through your mind when you see.
well, that's kind of a good segue to how they filmed Family Affair.
Well, yes, that is. First, it's very boring. It is incredibly boring. That's why I still have about 6 needle points that I did where I was always knitting, because it does take so long for them to set the cameras and then set the lights and then set the sound, and then you keep redoing the scene. Okay, here, we're taking the masters. Okay, let's do a 2-shot over here. I think now we need a medium shot there. Well, let's do a close-up here. So you do the same scene over and over again. And then to your point about editing, then you say, well, they've got all these different pieces. How are they going to put that all together? And so it is a little surprising. Really? Even when we were doing Family Affair and there was a scene at the end, then all of a sudden, there that scene was at the beginning. I thought, oh, okay. So it gives you a lesson in the tension and the way to create, interest in a show and then have the solution to the show. Family Affair had a very strange thing, and we call it the Feddersen method. Don Feddersen was the producer of the show. Now this show started in 1966. Well, at that time, movie stars did not do television. Oh my God, to be on that little screen was far below them. So Don Feddersen was able to get Fred McMurray on My Three Sons to come and do that show by promising him he would be out in 39 days. He would shoot 32 episodes and then be gone. And he could then go on and do movies. Well, not only was that a good thing, but they also gave him a piece of the show. That had not been done before. Actors were just to act. They weren't to be financial partners. So that was a big lure. And they did that the same thing for Brian Keith. But that meant we would be shooting scenes from maybe 12 different things in one day.
And then you have to have all the scripts ready
At the beginning.
before the season began.
That's right. All the scripts, all the wardrobe. We went shopping for all the wardrobe at the very beginning before we started the
Is that
season.
why sometimes you'd see Buffy in a cast, and then sometimes walking perfectly normally, and then in the cast again?
That could be, yes. Yes, she broke her leg, and then she was miraculously healed, and then I guess she broke it again.
Yeah, clumsy little girl.
Yes.
And also about Mr. French. Remember Mr. French? I heard he was only out for 2 weeks, but he was gone for longer on the show.
That's right, because of the way that we shot. So he had hurt his wrist, and it would have normally taken just, a couple weeks to heal, but because we had shot pieces of 9 different shows, he was gone for 9 episodes, and we got the wonderful John Williams to replace him. And Savvy was saying, I'm well, I can come back now. I think that really
Because John
helped
Williams
him.
was wonderful.
He was fabulous.
He was really good.
He was. That helped
I love them types of
Sebastian's
stuff,
healing
yeah.
process for sure.
That's good.